Peace, love, happy day, happy moment. I am the universal life energy. It flows within us and we can feel it right now. That mantra will revitalize you in this moment. Believe it, the hypnosis will work. Yeah, because you enjoy watching me talk my shit and knowing myself. Because you know yourself. That's how it works. Yeah? Let's talk about why do players play themselves? Let's get right into it. First of all, what do I mean by players, right? You have men that are out here living from a space of still being a lad. When I was younger, I noticed that there was this standard and expectation that naturally created itself in my mind that men were supposed to have more than one woman or be chasing more than one woman based on a woman's body parts, or women chasing more than one man. I can't speak for the women, but I'll do vice versa, chasing more than one man or having more than one man. So I know women consider it as options. Men do the same. And a lot of men do consider it as calculating trophies, right? When you are a player, you have to ask yourself if the game you're playing is benefiting you. Is it helping you grow? One thing I noticed is that owning more than one business at once without any purpose behind or experience behind running one successfully, it was hard to juggle that understanding. And since I understood that, I focused on my purpose, and that's independence and that's freedom. And I found that with my lady. And for others, that may not be the same, and that's okay, right? We're going to break it all down, yeah? As neuro knowledge would say, you're going to get some, right? But you're definitely going to hear this one, right? So, players. Why do players suffer internally? Because I'm pretty sure every time you hear a player talking, he talks arrogantly from a space of, yeah, I just bagged this new bitch. I just bagged this, that, bop. Yeah, I got me some bitches. I'm Mr. Mo Bitches. Mo Bitches, Boondocks. Check into that episode. That's what they used to call Granddad at one point. If you know, you know. So he gets into that space of mind, that state of mind where he's like, he's trying to get as much women as possible, right? It's one thing to be learning that when you're younger, right? But when you get to a certain age and you're still doing the same thing, right? And, you know, Einstein said that insanity was doing the same thing, expecting different results. So you'll have men suffering internally, but every time you see them, they got a new woman, right? Are they using women to cope? Comment. Are they using women to cope? That's a question for you. Do I feel like they are? Some are. They're using women to cope, and they're throwing all the accountability and the feelings and thoughts that could turn them into a better man so they can have a better life. Men are structure. Women are the power source, the natural power source, right? That's why you love women and women love men, because power needs structure and structure needs power, needs energy, right? So we both need each other, genuinely, right? Now, for me, I've been with my lady for 14 years. And the thing with me and my lady is when I decided to talk to her and, you know, bag her, right? You know how motherfuckers is. That shit sounds stupid. But I decided to approach her and pursue her, right? She turned me down, and we became best friends, right? Because they're like I still feel those butterflies genuinely for her. It's the aspect of she is who she is. Her integrity never was shot. She was always her. Whether emotional or not, she was always her, right? And we were best friends, still are, still am. We was best friends, and that's how we started our journey. And as time went by, you know, we found ourselves in our own lives as individuals, left high school, but still remained in contact. And now we're here having a beautiful baby named Asani, right? And, you know, creating genuine and just playing Monopoly on the weekends, having fun. I love spending time with my lady. I'm not duty driven. That's my best friend. You feel me? I hang out with my lady more than I do my friends because that's my best friend. You feel me? She understands me. You feel me? Simplicity is the ultimate aspect of sophistication. And honestly speaking, I ain't got to be simple with her. You feel me? I could be whoever I want to fucking be, genuinely, and she accepts me for that, and I accept her for that. I reciprocate that understanding because that's how it goes, genuinely based on the universe and the cosmic order, right? So players suffer internally, and when I went through those aspects of trying to find a lady or wanting a lady, I didn't really go with the player understanding of idolizing women based on what they had in their assets. That was a thought that I had kind of skipped past, and I didn't really dwell on it from a space of how people dive into it. And now that motherfucker's like 50 something trying to settle down with a woman that he doesn't like. Or you accidentally have a child because you were trying to live out your lusts and decided to unprotect yourself, and now you're in a situation where you're creating a being that you didn't intentionally want. Like, you might have been having sex to cope, right? And now as you're coping, because you're not addressing your feelings, you're using feelings of sex, limerence, and lust to cope. Now you have a seed in this world, and hopefully you don't repeat the same bad habits that your father or your parents did with you. Excuse me. And it happens. I was just talking to a granny. I call her granny. You know, I created my own granny. She's amazing. She's so cool because she's herself and she makes the best sea moss. But anywho, I was talking to granny and we had a conversation about how her father was. And she was telling me, she was like, yo, I had told her, I said, it's crazy because the same anger that your father had is the same anger that your son had. And she told me that her son hated her father. You feel me? He hated his grandpa. And as time goes by, he illustrated the same understanding. So it was like history repeating itself. And these conversations are good to have. So you can kind of correct things from a psychological space and you're not psychologically caged within loops that you're not going over, because thoughts recycle if you don't process, and you don't want that reptilian brain to get overwhelmed, and now you're projecting aspects of what you went through and trauma because you didn't sit down and hold yourself accountable for it and hold the people that were involved accountable from a space of forgiveness, right, and grace. So not to fall off topic, but the relevance for that point is just a lot of times we repeat cycles. So who's to say, and comment if anything, what if being a player, you're repeating the cycle that your father was repeating, or someone you looked up to that acted like they enjoyed being a player, but you never got to see behind the scenes. Never got to. You feel me? So you thought that was something that they liked doing because they enjoyed it. They enjoyed sex. Maybe this person was a sex addict. Having multiple kids and not taking care of them is the future life of a player. I'm just saying. How can you not grow through experience? Not saying that you should. But if you're a player, comment and tell me how, being a player or identifying yourself as that has helped you as a man, right? And how has it helped your family? You understand what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, a motherfucker have a child and he's telling that kid, hey, listen, don't do this. But these are things that you do subconsciously that you don't even realize. The universe is mental. We got to get deep with it, right? So here's another question. Is it because you can't commit? Have you gotten so used to being a player that the evolution of commitment is off to you? Is it hard to embody or embrace commitment? And then you start embracing commitment when you hit like 60? Or how about this? Are these guys that are players, is there a sour relationship with their mom? Is that it? Comment. Let me know what you think. But could it be? Maybe, right? But the not committing thing, you'll see in their actions and how their life is that if you can't commit to a woman or one woman, you'll notice you'll have sex. And now all of a sudden you can't commit to the child that you created. Now you have somebody else that is from your DNA line and you're here to handle that genuinely and raise that vibration and frequency so you can help them become their best version of themselves. And they need that help, whether boy or girl. But you never had that for yourself, so now you're just creating kids because you're a player, right? Also, let's talk about soul mixing, soul ties. You walk around fucking everybody, right? Not noticing that you're mixing souls. When you fuck somebody, you download their data. So if you're constantly messing with people that you're just, creating ideas and the foundation is from lust and limerence, what's going on? You're trying to understand, why can't I be wealthy? Why can't I manifest my desires? Why am I sad most of the times and I have to act like I'm happy? Comment, guys. Tell me if you're going through this and what have you done, right? So, or even comment from a space of, tell me which points you agree with. But my thing is this, the soul ties. You're fucking multiple women, taking in and downloading multiple data. And if you even have a wife, now you're going home with that. Look at the Cardi and Offset situation. Shout outs to Charleston White. My lady told me that he spoke about something like this. The Cardi B and Offset relationship. And I mean, she's dating a man by the name of Offset. Look up the definition, not to knock Offset. I love his music. But I'm just saying, he's still finding himself. So now when you're mixing yourself with different energies, you're bringing that home to the mother of your kids, the woman that you consider your loving partner, your spouse. You married her. Was that a spur of the moment? Comment that too. Do certain men marry women based on moments? And then when the woman doesn't agree with their fantasy, all of a sudden it's Why Did I Get Married 1 and 2? Good movies, by the way. Yeah, good movies. Jill Scott did an amazing job as she walked up that hill. Yeah. But that's the understanding, right? And also these superficial aspects. We look at women from a space of sexualizing them. And from what I've seen in relevance to my lady, and building genuine relationships through brotherhood and sisterhood, I've noticed that we're naturally sexist. Like, women are not more than just appearance and assets. I don't know what the entertainment industry has told you, but listen, look at your mom. Your mom is way more than just a piece of ass, man. And you know that. But I hope it's not only from the space of because she was providing for you, right? So we're starting to understand that superficial aspects are no longer a thing. It shouldn't be. That's what I realized. I realized my girl actually had feelings. She actually has feelings. How would I know? I started to take accountability for my shit. And I started to hold myself responsible for the cuchita I was playing in psychologically, mentally, and physically, right? So shout outs to my lady, right? I've had so many solutions and genuine thoughts that I actually took time to listen actively in relevance to my girl, and I've been able to make some of the best decisions in my life, honestly. One of my first businesses, called Fits, Fashion Inspires Innovative Thoughts, was created based on my lady. You feel me? Miss Melanin's Black Raps, even the acronym, breathe love and calm kindness while relaxing and practicing serenity. Women are the natural power source and you are the structure. If you're fucking multiple women and you can't decide whether or not you're all into committing, especially if you're cheating, then where's the structure? And if you're cheating, I never decided to do a 2 to 9 job shift and a 3 to 6 because I couldn't maintain both. You need to realize where you're at. And guess what? All the cheating does, that's the whole thing. You're a player, now you're a cheater. You went from being a player to a cheater. That's all that happens. And when you play games, nobody likes a cheater. The universe hates it. It begins to correct it. So much luck to you motherfuckers still playing that game. And then you wait till you hit 54, and guess what? You end up in a situation where you're on life support, and that woman is trying to pull your plug as soon as possible because she's developed so much resentment. She doesn't understand who you are because you don't understand who she is. So, and then you have kids too, right? But do better for better. So to you players, keep on playing, right? And you're only going to get what you deserve, whether that's bad or good. You feel me? You have to make up in your mind what you want to align yourself with, okay? Understand that. And if you're a player and you think you can be successful at it, comment your ideas on how you think that playing other women is beneficial for you. It's called self-sabotage. Robert Greene, Human Nature. You keep sabotaging others naturally and you get used to it, you start to self-sabotage yourself on a regular. And by any means, you will have to hold yourself accountable for it here and in the do-what. It's up to you. Just remember, you will be guided to the very loving, genuine space that you need to be. And honestly speaking, just to conclude, love is amazing. I've been loving my lady genuinely as I've been loving myself first. And I've been active in my relationship. Like how these motherfuckers be like, I'm active in the streets. You got to be active within what you're involved in. You have to learn, if I'm involved with a woman and if I'm involved with her more times than I'm not, I will only evolve from that space. You're always going to have that one woman that you're involved with a lot more than the others. Pick her and move up with your life. You have to understand. You have to elevate. How long do you motherfuckers stay in 10th grade? Childhood traumas. Yeah? No education and relevance to emotional intelligence, emotional awareness. Call emotions made easy if you're a player trying to change. Let's have a conversation about what you need to hold yourself accountable for, genuinely, and stop doing shit for the fellas that give no fucks about you. I seen motherfuckers not care about their friends just because of cuchita. At that point, where's your integrity? I'm just saying. You feel me? If you feel otherwise, comment. If you feel like you agree, comment. Whatever you want to do, comment. I would love to hear your expression, thus me expressing, and I know you want to express. Get it out. I see a lot of stuff in the comments. I love answering or liking, just hearing people's perspective because that's who I am, right? And also, remember, don't get used to that settle down aspect where you're like 64 years old and then you're trying to marry a woman younger than you, and just to keep up with the player aspect. It's time to be you. You deserve wealth, abundance. You deserve everything that you need. Start to manifest that motherfucker by taking accountability for your actions. And that starts with accountability for the kids that you create. the relationships you create. If you know that you're going to be a player, continue to play, because you're playing yourself, need be, depending on your actions and the outcomes that you're attracting, because it's the law of attraction. If you was playing things in a way where it was beneficial, you would be attracting beneficial aspects for yourself. But if you're not, and you see that, why are you avoiding the accountability? Okay? Tell me your thoughts, comment. Love you guys, appreciate you guys. It's always fun doing this and breaking into aspects of knowledge. Shout outs to all the women and men that are in successful and genuine relationships. You guys keep going, and remember, breathe through your frustrations, actively listen. Read this book called People Skills, The Way of a Superior Man, Science of Being. For the women, Pussy Prayers. There's so many books that you can self-educate yourself on. Get active with your self-education so you can create a philosophy that is genuine for your kids. I'm just saying, it's about time we take these steps. We take these steps to be better, because better feels better, and you can't avoid your spirit. Spirit is breath. You are the universal life energy. It flows within you, and you feel it right now as we speak. Yes? Much love, much peace. Remember, women, you are the natural power source, and men, you are the structure. If you have no structure meticulously, men, you have to question, am I really a man? And women, if you're letting men take advantage of your source and you're draining yourself, now your pH balance is off, you have a lot to think about. Yeah? Much love, much peace. You guys have a happy day. Subscribe. Yeah. Let's talk some more about shit. Yeah? And dive in to the esoteric aspects of our being. Love, peace.